Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are doing good. Today we are going to understand on Python functions concepts, and by end of today's video, you should be able to implement Python functions in your AI applications. So without delay guys, let us start. So guys, here we are with our Python functions concepts. So what is functions guys? What are functions? Functions are nothing but some block of statements that will work together to fulfill a particular task in your applications, isn't it? A function may or may not take arguments. A function is, sometimes you might have seen a function like it is taking 0 arguments, and some functions are taking multiple arguments, right? So we have various types of functions. We have built-in functions, we have user-defined functions, and we have empty functions as well, right? Now let us understand what are built-in functions. As the name suggests, built-in means we have some predefined functions available in our Python applications, which are getting reused again and again to fulfill some of the tasks. It will just complete few tasks based on the requirement, right? So we have few examples again: print, int, sum, all. So these are few examples. There are n number of examples of built-in functions, correct? So we have one unique feature, if we'll see in Python, which is called docstring. So I will show you in Google Colab, okay? If you'll hover over a mouse somewhere, right, in your when you start typing any functions, and if you'll keep your mouse over there, it will start giving you some instructions. It will tell you, okay, what are the keyword arguments, what are the default parameters or default assignments for those keyword arguments and all. So all the things what that function is related to. So all those informations it is going to give you. So what it is called? It is called a docstring. In Python, that particular point is called as a docstring. And docstring is used for providing some descriptions to the users. Consider that you are working on an application and there are hundreds of developers, because it's a very large applications, right? You know, we are ending up, there are the large enterprise applications and it needs a lot of people. So in those cases, what we are trying to do, we are trying to make to write clean and feasible code, right? So in those cases, you are trying to put wherever the functions are there, you have to write, okay, this function is fulfilling this implementation. So in those cases, you can create your own docstrings for those functions. So whenever they will reuse those functions, that docstring will help them to understand, okay, this function is related to some task, right? So that is nothing but a docstring. So here you can see I have given one example. See, I have written def welcome name. So this is a docstring I have given. This function takes the name as input and welcomes the person. Print hello name. So this is what, and if I want to access my docstring, this is how I can, right? This is my function name and underscore doc underscore. So again, what I told about these things, guys, these are nothing but your magic parameters. These are your magic parameters or magic functions, magic properties, magic functions. So these are again inbuilt. Like again, how can I say? If we have, see, every functions, or I can say every systems have some assemblies. Every applications have some assemblies. So assemblies will understand some kind of languages, and these are these. They don't ask for these. Like there is no need to remember or anything. You just need to go with the flow. That okay, this I have to use here, and it serves some purpose. Similarly, if you want to know version, right? Version of any libraries, you can use underscore version underscore. So in that case, it is going to give you what is the current version your library has. So these are like very inbuilt, like you don't have to remember anything, and these things you can get it anytime, like whenever you search anywhere, you will be able to find it, and these are there for some specific purpose only. That's it. So we have again user defined functions. So these functions are written once, right, and used a number of times. That is why these are called user defined. So you will write it once and you will use it a number of times. It is very useful and helpful for longer codes. So basically, a user is defining its own function based on their own requirements, right? And rewriting the same piece of code and call it anytime and anywhere is the advantage of user defined functions. So this is how we are. This is the syntax. Def, you need to write def. Function name, any function name. If you are adding numbers, then you can add numbers. Then you can put arguments, like you can implement num1, num2, num3, like that. You can start entering. Then after that you can write your logic inside that. So that is how your function is written. User defined function is written. Similarly, you have empty functions. So what are empty functions? Empty functions are like what I can say, when you are trying to write your functions, right, in your applications, during that time you don't know the logic, you don't know what to put there and all. So during that time you can write some empty function, okay, def empty function name, then you can just keep pass. So for that point of time you are passing that and you are coming and you are writing other logic, and when that logic makes sense in your mind, you can come and write it again. So that is how empty functions works. So what are function arguments, guys? Whenever we are trying to enter arguments inside a function, those again have different types. What kind of arguments you can enter in your functions, or you can define inside your functions. So one is your default arguments, another is your required or positional arguments, third is keyword arguments, and variable number of arguments. Okay, we will cover each and everything, guys, in our code part. I'm just explaining you the basics of these things. So what are default arguments, guys? Default arguments can be passed while defining. Default arguments num1, num2, like in addition I said, right? We cannot give default parameters to all arguments required or needed. Like in a function, not all arguments can be default. There has to be required arguments as well, right? So the precedence of required parameters should be before default ones. Required parameters should come first. I'll show you an example. Required, so if you are writing, how can I give an example? Okay, you are writing function name, okay, def add numbers, okay, and you want to add 3 numbers, right? So when you're passing the arguments, okay, during that time you have to first give a required arguments. Required arguments means that arguments which do not have any default value assigned to it, right? So you can pass it like num1 comma num2 comma num3 equal to 5. So in that case, what I did, I have passed my required arguments first, then after that my default arguments, correct? So that is what the precedence, guys. You should keep these things in your mind when you are writing your own code. And if not passed any values, consider that while calling your functions, if you have not passed any values, during that time you can pass, like by default it will take this default argument value, right? Second, required or positional arguments. These are called required or positional arguments. The argument should be passed with certain order. It follows a order. Our required arguments should always follow order. If consider that while passing, if you have consider that you are trying to give some names, okay, name 1, name 2, name 3, and in name 1, okay, if you are trying to names are not a correct example, okay, consider that if you are passing for a student info, if you are passing name, then roll number, then subject, okay, inside your function definition. So when you are passing, like when you're calling the function, and during that time, if you will try to put roll number first, well, like if you'll pass the roll number value first, then after that name, then it is going to throw you an error. It is going to say that function order or the positional argument order you should follow the positional argument orders. So it's a ordered arguments, guys. Okay. While calling the function, you need to pass the same order of arguments, like I have already explained you an example, right? So this is one example I have shown you: def num1, num2, sum num1, calling, and you should pass the same number of arguments. Consider that if you have defined 3 required parameters or required arguments, then you have to pass 3 required arguments when you are calling the function. Okay. Keyword arguments, guys. When you are less concerned about your orders, consider that while passing the functions, right, or while passing the parameters, you want that I do not have to follow any certain orders and I want my orders can be anything. Then in that case, you can use keyword arguments. So that is the only key difference, guys. In keyword arguments, it is orderless. In required arguments, it should always follow order. And these are used in almost all algorithms, guys. Keep these things you need to understand, guys, more, and you need to practice because these are used throughout your ML and EL and data science journey. Okay. So the short term for this is called Kwargs. Kwargs, Kwargs in documentation. And these are always represented with key and value pair, guys. I will show you again examples. So if you see, you should like how these are getting passed. You should put key equal to value. Like that, you have to pass it. And again, guys, we have some variable number of arguments as well. Variable number means some number of arguments, n number of arguments. When we are like, what is this concept? When we don't know the number of parameters, like we don't know the number of parameters, then we can pass star mark with variable name. Okay. Then with that, while calling, right, you can pass n number of arguments, and I will show you examples. There are very, very interesting examples I have taken, guys, and you will enjoy it. While calling functions, we can use any number of arguments. Like I said, right, while calling, you can pass any number of arguments there. That is what variable number of arguments. Then what we have, we have Lambda anonymous functions again. A Lambda function is an anonymous function which will take any number of arguments, but unlike normal functions, evaluate it in one expression. Correct? You will write Lambda functions in only one expression. It cannot be multiple expressions. And basically, these are like you can use inside any functions, anytime, anywhere, and it should serve only single output purpose. It cannot be like multiple output. Consider that you want to add. So you can write sum equal to lambda, x comma y equal to lambda, x comma y, then column x plus y or return x plus y, like that you can mention. So that is how, what it is going to give. It is going to give me the sum and only one single output at one time. That is, in those cases, it is helpful. These lambda functions are helpful. So this is a syntax, guys, lambda arguments and expressions, and you need to assign it with some variable name, right? So arguments are nothing but your input parameters. Expression is nothing but your output of functions. And most of the times we use it inside another function, like I have already said, right? These are anonymous. That does not have any names. Then we have map, filter, reduce in Lambda. And these are, guys, specifically map function. You have to practice a lot because these things, whatever I am covering, right? These things will be a part of your Python interview, questions. These things you have to practice. Maybe you can take various examples, and I will give you, like I have already said, that I will give you, various practice sets throughout our journey, this AML journey. So, but guys, this concept you have to practice a lot. Okay. So if you want to achieve various operations on iterables means consider that you want to iterate, like you want to get, so there is a list of values and you want to get, or you want to filter, consider that take filter, you want to filter or even numbers and odd numbers from that list, you can use filter, right? So that is iterable. Again, map function, right? Map function, I'll show you each and every example. So I have given you one example of filter. Similarly, reduce is nothing but you want to reduce it to single output. If you have a list of output, if you want to get a sum of that output, then you can use reduce. So yeah, there are various kind of examples, guys, for these, but you need to practice these things a lot. Then one important concept comes up is decorators. What are decorators? Decorators are nothing but, these are a kind of objects. You can say decorators are objects you can pass any time inside functions, and in like it's like what I can say, function inside function. Okay, properties, you can use, there are n number of decorators, you can pass it in your functions anytime, anywhere, anytime. While calling, before that you can put decorators. So I will again give you more examples on this. So this is a definition, or this is a syntax, guys. You can see first you have to define a decorator. Again, what I said, decorator is a function, correct? That is the first point. So that function can be passed in another function. That is the second point, right? So this is one decorator I have defined. Okay, and this is how you have to write, like while creating a decorator, you can use this def wrapper. This is again a predefined function wrapper. You can pass arguments like required arguments and keyword arguments. Then you can add a functionality. Then here you can add your functionality. Then you can write return wrapper. Then after that, what you can do, you can create another function. Okay, inside that function, you can write, like on top of that function, you can use @decorator name. Like you just need to put @ and you can utilize all the functionalities of that decorator inside another function. Okay, so I have put few points here, like what are what. Decorator name means name of the decorator, guys, and function means the name of the function being decorated. The function name which you want to decorate, you can put it here. Def wrapper means wrapper. This is a nested function inside decorator and add functionality. Args are the positional arguments, like I've already said, keyword arguments, and this is the function to decorate function. This decorator name is used inside this function. That is why decorator function. Then what are generators, guys? Generators again are some special type of functions that returns an iterable object. Okay, so consider that you have you want to tell your interpreter, or you want to be a bit lazy while creating your application. Consider that you have taken 5 numbers. So how you will utilize this? There is a yield keyword. Okay, yield means it will stop there, and it will again go back, and it will, like, it's a single output. It will give you what I can say, it's going to give a single output, guys. For example, I'll show you that example, but here, right, you have taken 5. Consider that you are assigning with 5 list variables or 5 numbers. Okay, inside a list there are 5 numbers, and you want to iterate through to print all those 5 numbers. So what you can do, when we'll start with the loop, what it is happening, it is going, and continuously that loop runs, right, and till the time it hits the number 5, it will run. So what you will do, you will write a yield expression, like yield, you can just put yield some condition. So what it is going to happen, during that point, it is going to take a pause. It is becoming lazy there, and it is again coming and working, like you're just giving a pause in your process. And with that, right, we are increasing the efficiency of memory, correct? And there is no overload to your list, or there is no overload to your data structure. And basically these things, these generators are ideal for very large data sets, and very like what we discussed, this is becoming a lazy, right, lazy evaluation. And again, it's a pipeline processor. Pipeline processing means, again guys, what I told you, it is going to give you single output, and it takes time. It is becoming very slow in terms of processing, because we are yielding at that point. We are yielding some conditions during our loop. That is why yield means it is going to control it, or it is going to reduce the space. There are few important points to remember, guys, and I want to express those things here. One is, like I have already explained to you, like Lambda functions, I have anonymous functions, I always expect a single liner output. So keep that in mind. It always returns a single output, and you can use this in any functions. These are mostly used with filters and maps and reduce, and Lambda functions, right, can be used in like these are best applicable with filter, map and reduce, mostly in Python. All the arguments, okay, passed in Python are by default passed by reference. Not just value, but address are also passed. So there are two methods, right? One is passed by reference and passed by value, and we have read in our C language, correct? So if you modify the value inside function, it reflects globally. In global scope, it is reflecting, right? So pass by reference means whenever you're changing something, the address keeps on changing of that. You can delete a function as well by using a delete keyword, but if you delete that function, right, anywhere you don't need that function, you are deleting, you just you can't call that function again, it will give you an error, because delete means it is permanently removing the function from your system. Then we can use return keyword to return any values. The return keyword is there to return any kind of values. And we have something called local value scope and global value scope. Local scope, you know, right, inside function, whatever values we are passing, consider that you are passing some arguments inside function definition, and those arguments are local scope. And whenever you are trying to keep some default arguments on, like during your or I can say in your class, we are defining some you're defining some variables on top of the class, then those can be act as a global scope, okay, and those can be accessed outside the functions as well, right? So local variable scope you cannot access outside functions. So that is all, guys, for now let us go and understand coding part. So guys, let us understand few codes on functions. So guys, these are the examples of built-in functions, okay? If I am typing print hello, this is Python function, so print is nothing but our built-in function. Then if I'm trying to write, see guys, if I'm trying to write print sum of this is a list, right? If I am trying to print sum of this, means I am summing all the components or all the values in a list, and I am getting 9. 3 plus 4 plus 2 equal to 9. Then I am trying to print max of few numbers. Again guys, this is tuple, right? This is a list, this is tuple. Guys, whenever you are creating any code, right, just keep these things in your brain, like what you are trying to write. And with that only you should be able to habituate it and practice on your own. Okay, this is tuple, this is list, this is dictionary, and those things we are going to reuse in our whole AI and ML journey. Okay, so print, if I'm printing max of this, so I'm getting 90, right? Then there is a min, I'm trying to get the min of this number, so I'm getting 3. Now let me run this. See, I got the correct outputs, right? Now let us see another example. So this is a user defined function. It's a small function. It is checking the even and odd numbers, and we have used this example everywhere. That is why I thought of keeping it here again. Check even and odd number, and this is a what, guys? This is a required parameter. By default, whenever we are not passing any default, it is a required parameter. Okay, so this is required parameter, and I'm running, guys. Let me see. Okay, so my function I have successfully ran. Now I'm passing. See, this is how, guys. This is your function call. Let me. This is your function calling. See, guys, whenever you are writing this is your function name. How you will like, what is the easy way to remember, guys, this? See, you should, like, while calling, you should know that, okay, I need to pass a function name. That is first point. Second point, you need to keep it in mind, okay, do we have any arguments inside that function or not? If no arguments are there, then this should be a function call. If arguments are there, then this should be a function call. See, it is correctly printing me the even and odd number. If I'm just taking 4, it is going to print me correctly, right? Now, let us see parameterized functions. What is parameter? See, again, I told you, right? Each functions can be named in various formats. Like, there are n number of names you can use to define any kind of functions. So the same function, like the same arguments which I have used here, we are calling that as user defined function. And the same, like, if we don't have any variables, like any variables passed inside function, then you can call that as a parameterless function, right? And if you're passing it, then again that is called as a parameterized function, correct? Now let me run this. See, what I have done, I have taken a function name, like this is my function calling, and I have taken 2 values here, like this, and I am getting sum of numbers a and b equal to 7. So this is what I am printing, correct? Next, functions with default arguments, guys. The top, like here, what do we have understood? We have understood on built-in functions and required parameters, correct? Now we will understand default arguments. See, this is a student info I have shown here. What I did, I have passed my name, student name, roll number, city. And city I have kept some default values. Branch again I have kept some default values. Okay. So this prints a past info into the function, into this function. So this print statement is going to give me the, like, what is the student info whenever I am trying to call the function. Okay. And I am trying to return. So guys, one important thing. If we'll just keep return right here, if we'll just keep return, and if it doesn't, like, what I'm trying to say is, if we'll remove this return, right, first I am running this with return. Let me remove it. Still it's running, right? So what I'm trying to say, whenever you are trying to give return, so you need to give some output along with that. Consider that how can I depict this example? Okay, if you are trying to give, so in the top example, right? Okay, here the same thing you can write here, return A plus B. Like this you can write. And you can just, or you can just keep like this. Control S. Like this. Right? So basically we are, what I'm trying to say, if your function returns something, right, you need to write like this, else it is, if you'll keep it or if you'll not keep it, it doesn't matter, right? So I just, I have removed it. Now let me run it, what it is doing. See guys, see my function call once. Student info, okay, the name I am keeping J, first name. Then I am trying to give 101 as a roll number. Hyderabad I am giving city and mechanical as a branch. Okay. Second example is I am giving Puri and 122 is a roll number and electronics is the branch I have given. City I have not passed. So let us see what are the outputs it is giving me. Student info Sunil 112. Okay, now if we'll run it. So see, the first example says the student is J and roll number is 101, belongs to Hyderabad, pertaining branch as mechanical. So all the four, like it is suppressing this function call, it's suppressing my default value. So keep it in mind. Keep it in mind that whenever you will call function and if you will pass the value, if no values are there, then by default it will take these values. If some values are there, then it will suppress over your default values, right? Similarly, the second example, Pari, okay, the student is Pari, roll number is 122, belongs to electronics, pertaining branch as computer science. Okay, I need to give some city number. So let me run it again. Yeah. The student is Pari and roll number is 122, belongs to Mumbai, pertaining branches computer science. See, I have not taken branch, so by default it has taken this branch. And similarly for Sunil, right, I have not taken city and branch, so it is giving me Delhi and computer science as a default. Correct? Now let us see another example. Functions with required or positional arguments. Guys, see, again I have explained another example here. I am calculating area, and for calculating area of any rectangle or anything, what you need? You need length and width. See guys, I have written directly length and width. So, and calling the functions with required arguments. So, area, I am taking function name. Then I am taking 10 and 5 as length and width, and I am printing the area. Now let me see. It's giving me 50, right? Now I have like the same thing. This is not needed. Whatever I want to show you, I had shown you. Now let me just show you another word. Okay, calculate area. Another example when it will be giving you error. See guys, even this one it is giving me correct output, but this one, right, what it is giving me? Calculate area, missing one required positional argument width. So in case of positional argument, you should always pass both, like whichever arguments you have passed, everything you have to pass it in your function call. Otherwise it is going to give you error. Now let me run it again. Okay, now let us go for another example. Functions with keyword arguments, guys. This is again a very important concept and it's an interview question, Python interview question. Functions with, okay, now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to grade somebody, okay, and how I'm grading, I'm taking name and I'm passing the message. So hello, name and message. So what I did, calling with positional argument. So what I did, I am taking the function name, I am passing the name, and I am passing the message. So if I am running, what it is giving me. So guys, if you'll see here, the same thing, okay, same thing, I have called with positional arguments. This is how you will, pass positional arguments value, right? Then I have called the same thing with keyword arguments. So what did my keyword arguments here? See, this is key and value pair. Key and value pair. What I told you, keyword arguments means key value pair. Keep it in mind. You should pass. So name equal to Bob, I am giving. Message equal to nice to meet you, I have given. Similarly, order does not matter with keyword arguments, guys. Again, one more example I have shown you. Even though you will write like this, like you have swapped the values, you have written message equal to have a great day, name equal to Charlie. In that case as well, it is going to give you the output in a order. So it doesn't matter the order. I have told you one more point in, like while explaining your PPT, right? Okay, now let me take another example. Functions with keyword only arguments. Guys, this is one important, very important concept. And my job, guys, to give you each and every example. So you need to practice this. Take these examples and practice. Create your own problem statements and start practicing. Okay. So guys, what I did, this, you need to remember this syntax because this one is a very peculiar syntax. Okay. Def employee data. I am taking employee data. Okay. I have taken employee ID. Then I have passed a star. Okay. Then employee name. These are my keyword arguments I have passed directly. Okay. Or you can say kind of default arguments. Correct, in function definition. Then I am printing employee ID, employee name, roll number. Role of that employee. So guys, what I am trying to show here is I am passing only employee data. If I am passing employee data, guys, what it will do? It will take 100 and it is going to print me these default values. So the same thing happened here, right? 100 and like employee name Suresh and role is senior manager. Second, employee data 200 and role I have suppressed with my current values, role and employee name. So it is giving me the output, right? Third, again, employee name I have given, role I have given, like you just see, guys, I have swapped these values. Still it is giving me the correct sequence, correct? Now, let me show one example. Yeah. So what is the, see guys, what I did here, I have taken 200 as a employee ID and I have passed, what is this? This is my positional argument. This is my positional argument syntax, right? So positional argument I have passed, but it is giving me type error. What is the error? Employee data ranges takes one positional argument, but two were given. So what I am doing here, guys, keyword only arguments means I want to restrict my passing of the arguments to only few positional arguments, then you can use this. And rest all should be a keyword arguments, then you can use this. Correct? So now let me just give a, yeah. Then we have something called, guys, Args and Kwargs, right? Again, this is an important concept, guys. Remember, and this is something long example I have taken. Okay. Now let us go one by one. See, guys, sum of numbers, def sum of numbers. I am trying to give numbers. And see, guys, star. What I told you? I have told you these are variable type or variable number of arguments, right? Variable number of arguments. Like you don't know when you are writing a code, if you don't know how many arguments can come during our application, right? You can use this kind of statement there. So you don't know how many arguments it's going to come, and is it going to be appended in your future requirements, right? So you can use this. So I have taken def some numbers, star numbers. See, because I am going to pass numbers, right? So I have taken star number, star. This is how you should represent your args, right? Then I have assigned a total value to 0. Then I have taken for condition, for loop, num in numbers, because this is going to be a list, right? List. I have not passed any single argument. I have passed multiple arguments, and what it is going to give me, it is going to give me a list of values. So I am iterating over and I am trying to return the total. Now let me see what is the output I am getting here. See, some numbers I have taken 3 because I have not defined, right? I have not defined the number of arguments, or I have not passed single arguments inside this, so I can pass any number of arguments inside this and I can get the output. Say I got the output as 6. Similarly, the second line, what I did, I have taken sum of numbers, but at this time, I have taken 4 arguments. I have taken 4 arguments and it is giving me output as 6, right? Now let me take another example. And let me just give some more. Okay, now let me just see. See guys, I got the output as 280. So this is a beauty of this type of arts, like star you can put and you can just define your number of arguments. And this is the beauty of this syntax, guys. This concept, arts concept, Kwargs concept. Now let us see what is Kwargs. Kwargs is used with dictionary iterables, guys. This one again, basically you are using for dictionary iterables. If you want to print multiple dictionaries and you consider that you don't know, if you are taking employee data, right, there are n number of characteristics will be coming for employee. Any kind of employee, maybe some in future if some more characteristics will be or some more features will be updated, then this will be an easier approach, right? So this is how you can write. I have taken an example of user info, print user info. I have taken star. So just mark the difference. There you are putting star for keyword, like for normal arguments, positional arguments, or list arguments you can say. And this is for dictionary, and you just need to put star before it. And this is how I have again explained you guys. This is how you can get what? Dictionary. You can iterate over dictionaries. Key, comma, value in details, dot items, print key and value. This is how you should iterate over. I have explained you with this in your for loop, correct? In your loopings. So if you are not able to remember, go through the videos again and again and understand there, okay? Then I am calling, right? See, this is a function call. What I did, I have called. See again, key value, dictionaries, key, name, Alice, age 30, city New York, occupation engineer, company tech solutions. Okay, now let me print. See guys, I don't know how many user info I have to pass. So consider that if I'll take another. Okay, what else I can take? Age, city, okay, blood group. Blood group if I'll take. So if I'll take blood group, right, that will, even this will also print. See? Blood group B positive. So guys, this is how you can, implement args and kwargs inside a function. And I want to show something again. Okay. Again, see guys, if I want to, like, you don't know, right? How many type of inputs you can pass. I have taken some random, I wanted to show that, okay, I can pass 3 or I can pass 1, I can pass 2, I can pass n. So, even I have taken city, occupation and company, still it is giving me the output, right? So, yeah. This is how your args and quarks works. Now, let us go through another example. Guys, this is your lambda function. See, lambda x plus 10. I want to add 10 to my variable. This is how. And I wanted to give an input as 5. So what is output it should give? X plus 5. So this is a function again. This is a function. But I have presented it with lambda functions, right? Similarly, multiply. Again, guys, this one I have taken single variable, input variable. This one I have taken multiple input variable, and I want to print multiplication of two numbers here, right? So, and I have passed two numbers 3 and 7, and it is giving me the multiplication as 21. So that is how your lambda functions works. Now let us understand map, filter and reduce. Okay. See guys, I have taken one number. Before that guys, I want to show you something. See guys, now I am taking a list, okay? List of variable 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is my list of variable. See guys, if you want to do something, okay, consider that you want to add this, okay? If you want to add L plus 2, what is this going to give me guys? So in real, what is your expectation? It has to add, like it has to add 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 2, 4, 3 plus 2, 5, 4 plus 2, 6, 5 plus 2, 7. So this should be your output you are expecting. But it will not give that output. What it is going to give you the output? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So simply it is going to add to list. That's it. It is doing. So the same thing can be avoided by using your map, filter, and those kind of functions are used to handle these things, and that is why these things, the map and filter and all these things are very important in your data science and machine learning and all those things, because these are very peculiar things you have to remember and you should know how to implement these things. See, here, right guys, I have taken a list and I want to multiply with 2. Okay, so what is the output I am expecting? I should be expecting 2 into 2, 2, 6, 8, 10, 12. But I will be getting, again, multiplication means twice it should give me the output. So let me just run it. Is fact. Okay, first let me explain, then we'll run again one after another, guys. So you can see it just doubled the size of the list, which is not our output, right? See, Now let us understand. Now let us understand map function. So map function, how in real scenario what we are doing, we are taking the list or the number, then we are multiplying, then are iterating over through your for loop by using this, then we are getting it. So but the same thing can be achieved by map. So what you have to do, you have to take a logic inside a square. Okay, you can take a square function and you can just give return number into number. Then apply the square function to each element in numbers using map. The same for loop can be achieved by using map. So square numbers map object. What I have taken map, then I have taken square, then I have taken num list. You have to keep it in mind, okay? What exactly my function first should be your implementation, and the next should be on what you are implementing. For insert map to, so let me see. See, you can see it is giving me the doc string, guys. So first output or the first input, what it is expecting, func or like the function name, and the next input it is expecting as iterables. So my first needs to be the function name, what logic I need to implement, and the next input should be my iterable, which is nothing but my num list. Correct? Now let me see. Okay. Another example. Convert the map object to a list to see the results. So whatever the output you got, right? Okay, let me just print it so that it will be clear to you what I am getting. See guys, I just got something like this which does not make sense. It is just giving me it is telling me that okay, my map object, this is a map object and this is a address, physical address inside memory. This does not make sense, right? So any map object should be converted again to list to know or to print the numbers, correct? So the same thing I did here. Let me just go back. Yeah. The same thing I did here. I have taken that square number map list and I have converted that to list. And I have explained you guys, these are the predefined functions, list, tuple, right? I have shown you tuple. So this is how you have to convert it. See? My original number is this, my square number is this, right? Now let us see another example. So this is how my map function works. Now let us see another example. I have taken a number, okay, and I want to print. Okay. Again, you have to take, okay, I need to define that function. So let me just take a function. I have to take function is even number I need to take if number modulo operator 2 equal to 0, then return even, else return odd. So this is this is my function call. Now let me run it again. Yeah, guys, you will see I have taken each even. Okay, same guys, you need to pass the function name first, then you need to pass the iterables. So my iterables is nothing but the same. This is my iterable, like the num list. Where is it? Where I've defined it. Yeah, see, this is my numbers, right? So this is your the iterable and this is your function name. Same. These logics are same, like filter, map and everything. The passing of inputs are same. Then after that even numbers list, you need to convert or you need to pass that to list, and you can get the output. Okay, print even numbers using named functions, even numbers list, or numbers using lambda functions, or numbers list. So this is one process, guys. Like we have used lambda function here, and the same there, like whatever you got here. Right? Let me just show you. This is one method. This is one method. This is another method. Here I have taken a separate function, and I am trying to achieve it. But here I have taken a lambda function, and I am trying to achieve it. So the same, like inside filter, you can use this. Like what is our first input, guys? Function, right? So this is a lambda function, anonymous function I have used, and I am getting the output. So if I want to show you, consider that I am trying to write print. Okay, list of what is it? Even numbers filter object, right? So let me just write some. This is using user defined function. Right? Now let me run this. See, guys? Okay, would you see that? Even numbers list equal to list of even numbers filter object, right? Now let me pass this, and the same thing I'm passing here. Maybe it is not taking it. Now let me run it. So guys, you can practice this, okay, this lambda functions, and using the map and filter. And guys, this is nothing but a reduce. We have something called reduce, right? So reduce, how reduce can be implemented? You can use from func tools. I'll check on this part, guys. I just need to see why it is not working. Because when I'm trying to do some live course, these kind of things can come up, right? So that is fine. I'm just trying to get is even is all okay. Is even I'm trying to insert the number. Is even I'm trying to get the number. Then what I did, I am trying to use filter. Then I am trying to print the list. Okay, even number list is even, I don't know, somehow it is not coming inside. I'll check on this part, guys, and I'll let you know. But guys, let us understand the concept first, okay? From func tools, import reduce. Okay, this is how you have to import reduce. This is your reduce functionality. This is your library name, func tools. That means function tools. Then you are like, what is the intention behind reduce, guys? What I told you, reduce is going to reduce the output. So consider that you have taken a number, okay? You are trying to get sum of numbers, and what you what you did? What is the output first? First is your function name, then your dictionary. So what I'm trying to do, lambda x comma y, I want to know all sum of all, like sum of all the numbers. Then I'm trying to print it. See, I'm getting 45. Similarly, I want to multiply. What I have to do? I need to take reduce function. Then I have to take lambda of this, and I'm trying to print by multiply the numbers. Then I got this output. So this is how a reduce function works. Now let us understand, guys, the decorator. So decorators, again, guys, I have explained you how decorators works. There are again predefined decorators, and there are something called property. There are something called, let me show you the Python library. I think that should be helpful. Python decorators. So if you see, there is a Python library. We will use decorators. If we go there, see guys, there are so many built-in decorators, and if you understand these guys, you can utilize this in your applications by practicing more. So there are lots of. So whenever you have some kind of doubts, guys, you can just go and check in your libraries. Python, they have very huge amount of data present in that library. So decorator, I have what my decorator is expecting, a function. So I have taken a function. Then this is how I have to pass my decorator. Def wrapper colon function. I am passing this function inside. So this is a placeholder to define the function, and I'm returning my wrapper. Now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to apply the decorator to a function. So what I did, @decorator. This is my decorator name. I'm doing is a decorator, @decorator. What I am doing, I am defining multiple functions, and I am going to get the out. Now let's see how it is. Def greet. Now what will happen? My greet will come inside here. And it will run, or it will tell, the interpreter or compiler or the program flow, whatever the implementation is present, print it. So it is printing hello world, right? Now let me see, say hello. I have taken another one which is saying say hello, print say hello to the world. Now let me run this. See, hello world, and say hello to the world. Guys, this is this one, right? I am giving you homework on this. Where is it? I have taken lambda function. Now try it with. Where is it? Now I have taken a function. Now you have to try it with what? You have to try it with passing, using filter by using this user defined function. Okay. Now let us see the next example. So we have something called method decorators. So what is method decorator is? Again, you are defining a decorator, you are passing function, and you are what you have to do, what a method expecting? Method expects arguments, different kind of arguments, right? So in each, guys, right? Whenever you are defining any method inside a class or inside usually what you are doing, we are using self. Self is nothing but this keyword. It is defining that, inside this particular function, it has to point to this variable. So it's a kind of pointer. So you have to pass args, then Kwargs. You are taking result, then you are taking function inside function. This is your function name. you are passing the variables and you are returning this. Now let me see. I am taking class, right? So inside class, I am applying my method decorator. What I am doing? So you can see, guys, once you define a decorator, you can use it multiple times. Def say hello, okay? I'm printing say hello, printing hello. Similarly, I have defined another method called greet and say hello to the world. Now I am trying to call create an object and I'm trying to call the method. So you can see here, guys, let me run this. Hello, say hello to the world. Now let me pass few arguments there and see what it is happening, okay? Fine. Now let me print hello. And I need to, so not 5, I just need to put one num here. Sorry, num, then hello, then, okay, let me just refresh this. Hello. And this is number. Okay. Now, let me pass what my say hello is to take a number, right? Let me pass some number and see what is the output I'm getting. See, guys. So, what I'm trying to explain here, guys, if you're trying to see your wrapper or your decorator contains keyword arguments and required arguments as well, right? So, you have passed, like you can you can create your function without arguments, you can create function with arguments, and you can try to return the output. So that is what I wanted to show you here. Now let me show you another example. This is your function decorator. So what you did, you have taken or at the net fun, you have you are trying to use directly or you can say it's a class operator, class decorator. Yeah, class method. This is a class method decorator. Sorry. This is a class method decorator. Let me write it somewhere otherwise. This is a class method decorator. So what it will do, guys, you can see I have taken a decorator. Inside that I have taken a class name as a variable. Then I'm getting or I'm fetching the class name from the class. Now what I'm doing, I have taken a class person, okay, and I'm trying to fetch or I'm trying to print the class name. You can see person dot class name. Now let me see what is the output I'm getting. See, I'm getting the class name as a person, right? So that is your class method decorator. Class method decorator, yes. So use CLS instead of self. So you can see here I have taken CLS instead of self. Okay. Let me show you some inbuilt decorators. One more inbuilt decorators I'm showing you. I have taken a class, okay, employee, and I have taken a raise amount, like what is the amount of increment of salary. So I'm taking a 5% of raise. Then I have taken a init, or I have taken a function class constructor, and I am passing self, name and salary, and self is a by default, it should be there to fetch. Then I am fetching the output, name and salary. The same class method, guys, I have taken here. Like this is one type of you can just use one once this is a first type and this is a second type. This is another type you can use. Okay, the class method. So basically the class method I'm trying to use by some user defined decorator, and this class method I'm trying to use by using predefined or inbuilt decorator. So set raise amount class amount cls dot raise amount equal to. So what I'm doing here now, I'm taking a class name, then I'm fetching the set raise amount, like I'm getting the raise amount or is a method, and instead of self I'm taking cls and I'm doing it cls dot raise amount, right? Here what it is saying, instead of use cls instead of self. So this cls is doing the work of self here. So if instead of you need to write self, you have to write cls, and you can see I'm getting the output. What is the latest raise amount I have given, right? So there are something called generator functions, guys. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to take max num one variable I'm passing, then I'm doing some count up to some numbers. Okay, so first number I've taken n equal to 0 while n is less than max num. So max num is the value I'm going to pass in my generator. So this is a generator, guys. This is a generator. Why n is less than maximum, yield n, like it has to stop for or pause for some time in this position, and then it will increment using the generators for noun in count up to 5. So this is how you can use your generator inside for loop to print the values. Okay, count up to. So this you are passing, you are calling your generator. Inside that I am passing what, this maximum value, and it is giving me 0 1 2 3 4. So the same for loop, but here it is going to give you or like better memory consumption, I can say. This method is going to give you. So guys, the important concept here is, let us revise what we discussed, right? The important concept I am again trying to tell you. Okay, you try practicing, start practicing on map, filter and reduce, then start practicing on decorators. Okay, these are important, and you are going to get in your interview questions. So what is a decorator in short? If I'll say, decorators can be called once. Okay, it can be class decorator, it can be function decorator, it can be property decorator, and there are so many built-in decorators you can see. So we are calling a decorator once, and the same decorator, like for whatever purpose that decorator is called, that can be utilized many times. So this is a function decorator, and I want to use this function in, like I want to, like what I said, by calling this decorator, this decorator I am defined, and I am utilizing n number of functions by calling this single decorator. So that is what the purpose of your decorator. Single call, multiple use. Single call and multiple times use in your application. So guys, that is all, and I want you to practice map, filter and reduce. Try practicing more and more Lambda functions, and try practice on decorators, and see you on our next Python exception handling, and a few more, like couple of more sessions are then we will start with our data science, guys. And guys, my motive here is to, I want to give a feel of basics on Python, because this is not a complete, like the whole Python journey, I can say. The Python, there are so many other things as well you have to know, but these are some of the basics which are going to be used in your whole AI and ML journey. Okay, so that is that, like by keeping those things in mind, I designed these classes, and yeah, we'll see guys again in our next sessions. Thank you. So that is all guys for today. We have covered PyChem functions, and in our next sessions or videos we are going to cover on very few topics are there. We are going to cover that, and after that we are going to start on data science. So start subscribing guys. You will not miss these updates and all. And I am going to cover everything from basic to professional level or pro level. So start subscribing, start liking, hit the bell icon for latest updates, and stay tuned to this channel for more and more updates. Thank you and have a great rest of the whole week.